Lacey, you know what? The Toyota Corolla is the best-selling vehicle worldwide of all time. In fact, Toyota Canada has sold 1.3 million Toyota Corollas here in our country since it was introduced in 1966. It's such a big deal for Toyota that it represents 47% of all of their passenger vehicle sales. It's pretty amazing.
Well, it is, and now this brand new 2014 Corolla has been for sale in Canada since the fall of 2013, and with the amount of them that we've been seeing on the road, I gotta say, this new one's been quite the hit. But choosing a compact car can be confusing. Some makers, like Mazda or even Ford, put an emphasis on sporty characteristics, while brands like Honda and Toyota place all-around practicality as a major reason to buy.
Now, for those buyers that put fuel economy front and center above things like styling, performance, and handling, this new Corolla Eco model might just be for you, because it takes an already efficient car and squeezes even more out of each liter of fuel. The Corolla is sold in several different trim levels, and it can be confusing. The starting price is just around $16,000 to get the base CE. But the reality is most Canadians will upgrade to around $19,000 to either get the S or the LE model. To get this LE Eco costs $20,500. That's a $1,000 premium over the S model and a $750 premium over the regular LE.
No matter which trim level you choose, the new 2014 Corolla is a massive step forward in terms of eye-catching design. It's got a lower stance, standard LED projector headlights, and sleeker bodywork. This is now a car that people will be proud to own. The S trim is more aggressive with 17-inch wheels compared to the LE and LE Eco, which come with smaller 16-inch wheels. The S also has a beefier front grille with chrome accents and fancier black trim. Now, it would be nice to get an LE and LE Eco with these sportier touches, helping to combine improved fuel economy with a more stylish exterior.
This is my third time getting into the new Toyota Corolla, and each time I get in, I'm impressed with the dashboard. It's wide and it's flat and makes the cabin feel open and airy. It's very modern looking at the same time. Great features like automatic climate control, the nice looking screen in this Eco model. It's going to appeal to buyers who are younger and older. Now, the roof line has been dropped a little bit to make this car look sleek on the outside, but not to worry, they also dropped the seat as well. The seats are all new and provide excellent support and comfort. In fact, Toyota has always been a favorite of mine for seat comfort, and this new Corolla confirms this. The back seat has a lot more legroom because the wheelbase of this new model has been stretched by 10 centimeters. The car is also slightly wider, making hip room impressive. Now, the S, the LE, and this LE Eco model will be the sales leaders for Toyota with the Corolla, and all come very nicely equipped. What you see here, you get the 6.1-inch screen with the backup camera, you've got Bluetooth phone connectivity and streaming audio. Now, the differences between the S and the LE, you cannot get navigation in this car, and you can't get the nice-looking faux leather seats that are available in the S and the LE. But the good news is all three of these trim lines come standard with heated seats.
The way that Toyota has staggered their engine and transmission lineup is a bit confusing. Now, we've had a chance to drive this car twice, once in Quebec City and then again here at home in Vancouver. All but the Eco model come with a 132 horsepower version of the 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine carried over from the last car. The Eco gets a 140 horsepower version that comes with Toyota's Valvematic technology that helps to pump out the extra 8 horsepower, yet improves fuel economy. That leaves the LE and Eco with a standard continuously variable transmission, or CVT, and this unit as an option in the S trim. This really is confusing to me, and certainly to someone who doesn't follow the car business. Now, the obvious upside for getting the Eco version is improved fuel economy. The regular LE model with the continuously variable transmission is rated at 5.9 liters per 100K in combined city and highway driving. The Eco model drops that number down to 5.7 liters.
But, and there is a big but here, the difference in fuel economy between the non-Valvematic car and this Eco is ever so marginal, but the way they drive really are quite different. Had a chance to drive the S model at the launch in Quebec City, and then driving this car, it doesn't feel as crisp. There's a sport setting for the transmission in that sport model as well that makes it livelier. So if you really need to eke out just the slightest bit more economy, this might be the one to get. This new Corolla is a fine update. They set out to make a roomier, more stylish, and value-packed car. The starting prices are a bit misleading, as there's several option packages on most trim levels that can bump the price up to around the $24,000 range. The Eco is the exception. It has no options available, and it sticks to the $20,150 price. As we mentioned earlier in the review, some manufacturers really make a big deal about driving dynamics and road holding. What this car is all about is giving you refinement. It feels like a more upscale car. It's smooth, it's quiet, it feels refined, it feels very well put together, it gets good fuel economy, lots of room for your family. There's no wonder they sell so many of these.
So Zach, the big question is this Eco worth the additional cost?
The short answer, Lacey, is no, but that doesn't mean all Corollas. I think the Corolla, the new one here, is fantastic. It's got a lot going for it. I love the styling on the inside. The dash is clean and wide and open. You've got great features on this trim level, like the backup camera, the automatic climate control. The outside is the best looking Corolla we've seen in a long time, with projector LED headlamps. And then you get the value equation. There's a Corolla starting around 16 and going up to about 25,000. So really in there's something for everybody. Now on the downside, is this Eco worth the extra money? The short answer is no. It's just marginally more fuel efficient than the regular LE or the S model. I think it's at 0.2 liters per 100K. Really? For $1,000 more? And the ordering configurations for all these Corollas is mind-bogglingly confusing. So the base model has different transmissions than the others, right? And then you can get this Valvematic only in one model. And then but you can't get navigation in this one. Like, it's just so confusing. We do this for a living, and it's really hard to explain to you how confusing it is. But there's a lot to like with this car. Lacey, what do you think about it?
Well, you know what, Zach, I agree with you on a lot of the points that you mentioned. I also want to point out, though, the exterior styling on this new Corolla is fantastic. You mentioned the inside. I love how it looks, but specifically, I really like how the steering wheel feels. There's lots of extra room, so all the passengers are super comfortable. And for this little car, I was also really impressed with how well it handles on the highway. On the downside, I mean, you touched on it. I just don't get the whole idea of having the Eco car. For what you're paying, there's really no standout reason as to why you would buy it. And I'm wondering why they don't offer the Valvematic engine on any other car but this one.
You know what, Lacey? I asked that question to Stephen Beattie, the Vice President of Toyota Canada, and his answer was limited production availability of this particular engine. We're hoping as we go through the years, they'll make this engine available across the Corolla line. Just want to leave you with one last thought. If you're thinking about a Corolla, don't be overcome with the complexity of the ordering system. It is a very good car.
Want more? Extended reviews of many of our segments are available online at drivingtelevision.com.